We lead the world in incarceration. We have 5% of the world's population, but house 20% of its prisoners. Now, one of the biggest factors that has led to a quadrupling of our prison population since 1980, actually, is the racist and destructive war on drugs. In particular, mandatory minimums have taken the discretion out of the hands of judges and instead forced mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters to be put away in jail for 10, 20 years, sometimes even a lifetime, for a supposed crime that has no victim. Now, all we have to do is take a step back to the Prohibition era to see the parallels. Despite realizing how poorly alcohol prohibition went, what we have right now is a carbon copy. Drug kingpins have replaced mob bosses, and drug dens have replaced speakeasies. When was the last time you heard of a liquor store owner going up and down the halls of a high school trying to push gin on high school students? Or when's the last time you heard of a vodka addict breaking into houses in order to support a vodka habit? Or when's the last time you heard of two liquor store owners having a shootout over who gets the best corner? What we have now is not a drug problem. What we have is a prohibition problem. There should be no law to prevent you from owning an object, whether it's a gun to protect yourself or drugs for whatever reason you wish. If there is no victim, there is no crime. As your president, I will federally decriminalize all drugs and encourage states to treat drug use as a health issue, not a criminal issue. We should allow the medical community to deal with substance abuse in a way that salvages lives instead of throwing them away. Accordingly, I will pardon anyone convicted at the federal level of any victimless crime. These are just a few steps towards ending the over-incarceration of people of color and letting consensual adult activities become safer and destigmatized. In addition to the overcrowding in our federal prisons, the war on drugs has negatively affected our communities and the interactions that many people have with police. The drug war has single-handedly created gangs that police themselves, often through violence. Consequently, the federal government has created a police state, including the Drug Enforcement Agency, which receives $3 billion of our tax dollars every year. They have repeatedly raided medical marijuana clinics in states where medical marijuana is perfectly legal. And long gone is the friendly local police officer who walks the beat and knows everyone by name. What we've done is we've replaced the old community and to serve and protect that we see on the sides of the cop cars with nameless, faceless SWAT teams, where our police are trained to be like military, where instead of a together community feeling, we've got an us versus them. I don't want America to be at war with other countries, and I certainly don't want America to be at war with its own citizens. As your president, I will defund federal involvement in policing, including the DEA and DHS. That means ending the supplying of military equipment like tanks and tear gas to over 8,000 federal, state, and local police forces. I will end no-knock raids, which too often end up killing innocent bystanders like Breonna Taylor. And as Libertarian Congressman Justin Amash has brought up, when police do misbehave, it is nearly impossible to take legal action because of an arcane doctrine known as qualified immunity, which states that victims can only successfully sue an officer when a clear rights violation has already been established in a prior case. When I am your president, I will end qualified immunity so that police are held to the same standard as everyone else. Millions of Americans have suffered from government's war on drugs. Almost every American has suffered from the COVID-19 pandemic in some way. South Korea confirmed its first case within a day of our first case and quickly